Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. This is Carol Davis here with a spot of sunshine just for you. Even on the holidays, today is January 1st, 2022. Wow. How many are surprised they're still here? Me? When you're young, really, I wonder how old I'll be. I wonder if I'll live this long, that long, whatever. Here we are, 2022. Mm. I remember years and years and years ago, there was a science fiction movie called 2001 or something like that, or long past that. Yeah, here we are. So yesterday I started reading Hope for the Flowers. This is a wonderful way to start a new day, but a new year as well. We read through chapter 1. I'm on chapter 2 now. It's a book that, it's about two caterpillars who turn into butterflies and their journey to get there. But actually, it reminds me of the modern world, especially the corporate world. I don't see it much anymore. Maybe it's because I have a different circle of friends. Probably still happening, the climb to the top, and you don't even know where the top is, maybe, but you're going to get there no matter who you have to push out of your way. That's not everyone's style, but that's, the caricature style of getting to the top of the corporate ladder. And there's been a lot written on, who you're pushing out, and be careful who you step on climbing up, because whatever, it's going to come back to you. So I don't experience that kind of life anymore, and I don't know if there still are, but it's a nice story anyway. So chapter 2, and the pile they're on, if you weren't here before, you can always go to YouTube and see back issues. See, it's really about, that's the caterpillars. They're all climbing on top of each other to the top. They don't know why they're going to the top, but everybody, they pass it. Well, everyone's doing it. It must be good. I mean, how many times have you heard that? If you're a parent, how many times have you heard that from your kids? But Mom, everybody's going. Yeah, so therefore it must be good, right? Not necessarily. But some of us have to try to make that climb anyway before we find out. So that's where they were. And, was it still just Stripe? Yeah, just Stripe so far. He hasn't met Yellow yet. Yellow's his girlfriend. The first moments on the pile were a shock. Stripe was pushed and kicked, and stepped on from every direction. It was climb or be climbed. Ooh. So Stripe climbed. No more fellow caterpillars on Stripe's pile. They became only threats and obstacles, which he had turned into steps and opportunities. This single-minded approach really helped, and Stripe felt he was getting much higher. But some days it seemed he could manage only to keep his place. It was especially then that an anxious shadow nagged inside. What's at the top? It whispered. Where are we going? This could be everyday life too, not just the corporate world. On one exasperated day, Stripe couldn't stand it any longer and actually yelled back, I don't know, but there's no time to think about it. A little yellow caterpillar he was crawling over gasped. What did you say? I was just talking to myself, Stripe mumbled. Really isn't important. I was just wondering where we were going. Yellow said, I was wondering that myself. But since there's no way to find out, I decided it wasn't important. She blushed at how silly this sounded, quickly adding, no one seems to worry about where we're going, so it must be good. But she blushed again. How far are we from the top? Stripe answered gravely, since we're not at the bottom and we're not at the top, we must be in the middle. Oh, said Yellow, and they both began climbing again. But now Stripe had a new feeling. He felt bad. He had lost his single-mindedness. How can I step on someone I've just talked to? Stripe avoided Yellow as much as possible, but one day, there she was, blocking the only way up. Well, I guess it's you or me, he said, and stepped squarely on her head. Ugh. Something in the way Yellow looked at him made him feel just awful about himself. Like, no matter what is up there, it just isn't worth it. Stripe crawled off Yellow and whispered, I'm sorry. And Yellow began to cry. I could stand this life hoping in what was ahead until I met you talking to yourself that day. Since then, my heart just hasn't been in it, but I don't know what to do. I didn't know how badly I felt about this life until then. Now, when you look at me so kindly, I know for sure I don't like this life. I just want to do something like crawl with you and nibble grass. Stripe's heart leapt inside. Everything looked different. The pillar made no sense at all. I would like that too, he whispered. Reminds me of falling in love. But this meant giving up the climb, a hard decision. I've given up the climb before for that, what I thought was love. Yellow dear, maybe we're close to the top. Maybe if we help each other, we can get there quickly. Maybe, she said. But they both knew this wasn't what they wanted most. Let's go down, Yellow said. Okay, and they stopped climbing. They clung to each other as masses of caterpillars crawled over them. The air was terrible, but they were happy with each other and made a big ball so nobody could step in their eyes and stomachs. They did nothing at all for what seemed like a long time. Suddenly, they didn't feel anything crawling over them. They unrolled and opened their eyes. They were at the side of the caterpillar pillar. Hi, Stripe, said Yellow. Hi, Yellow, said Stripe. And they crawled off into some fresh green grass to eat and take a nap. Just before they fell asleep, Stripe hugged Yellow. Being together like this is sure different from being crushed in that crowd. It sure is. She smiled and closed her eyes. That is the end of chapter 2 on our first day of January. Tomorrow we will start with chapter 3, a wonderful book. I used to buy this by the boxfuls and give them for gifts. It's really wonderful. So I will see you tomorrow, I hope. As you've noticed, I've had trouble doing it every day. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'll do my best. Happy New Year. Have a good one.